Hey, Roberto, welcome to the show. What is your name? What is your company? And what is your problem?
Hi, Steve. Yes, my name is Roberto Inderbitzin, and my company is called Reframe Design. So I'm in the design business, actually in the reframing your business. And my biggest problem at the moment is pretty much like I'm the best kept secret.
All right.
So, and by being that, also being like sometimes being stuck, like pretty much like now with the sentence, so I'm like stuck sometimes.
So I'm going to jump in at the deep end. Would I guess correctly that you're a bit of an introvert?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
Absolutely. So,
Fine. Okay. That's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. But you need to recognize the cards you're dealt with. So when you know you're an introvert, you know these things you have an issue with. When you're an extrovert, you know these things you have an issue with. So you just need to recognize what you've got as your assets to start with. But let's understand a little bit more about your business. You say it's a reframing your business, reframing you as a design. What do you do?
so I pretty much like ask a lot of questions when I'm with a client or when they have a problem. So a client comes with a problem, they want to have a new product, let's say. So I try to find out what's exactly the problem they have. Meaning, where's their end goal? Do they want to have revenue? Do they want to have an impact? Do they want to make a sustainable product? What kind of end goal do they have? And by framing and reframing their their point of view, we come up with better solutions. Being, let's say, okay, then we make a better product, or we just shift a little the product to make it more sustainable or to have a better communication. So
All right. So you're very strategic within the work that you do, and you're very analytical in breaking it down to whether or not you're looking at a branding exercise, an expansion exercise, or whether you're looking at it as a revenue generator. So you're very
exactly.
analytical on that. So okay, so you're strategic and you're analytical. What you've just told me though about how you work with a client, is that itemized or laid out very simply on your website?
Well, I'm trying to make it simple because I'm still stuck in my mind. Like there are so many steps that I do, or there is so much I can ask and question. And at the website, it's so difficult to just break it down to say, let's do two completely simple steps.
No, it's not. It's not. So this is where your first problem is. You've got a very analytical mind, and you're looking for the final solution. So if you're going to give someone something, you want to give them everything. Where the bottom line of it is, you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what the problem is yet. And then when you do know what the problem is, it's going to send you off in different rabbit holes and different directions. But you could very simply on your website list the common problems that your clients have
Mhm.
and the first three steps in reframing your product design, amplification, or whatever it is you're trying to do. Just the first three steps.
Uh,
Okay. Do you run case studies on your website?
I do. At the moment,
Uh,
they are closed, but there are some case studies.
You should,
Exactly.
and are they long? Because I've got a funny suggestion. I've got a funny, before you even say anything, I would guess that they're quite long.
Yes, they tend to be very long. They tend to be like very detailed and a lot of
Again, because you are,
stuff.
you've got to understand who you are, and you're a great who, you know? And again, as I've always said, in today's economy, we need a who, not a how. I don't care how my car is serviced. I care that it's done properly. I care that I
Right.
found the person that's credible. What you've got to do is give me nuggets that provide
Yeah.
clarity and credibility. So if
Right.
you were to do your case studies going, hey, and you can very easily make them long winded, but if you start at the beginning, how do you make a product XYZ? Just start with the problem. The
Right.
best advertising campaign in the planet, tense, nervous headache, take aspirin. Problem,
Exactly.
solution. It was short. Have a Coke and smile. It was just very,
Right.
very simple, short, clear, concise messaging. You are over explaining people, and quite simply, people are going to get bored, tired, and they don't have the time. All they want to know is not how it's done. They want to know that you are the person to be able to do it. I want to know you're credible, you're concise, and you can provide me with what I want. You should start looking at your case studies, and maybe before you get into the long case, leave the long case study there, but maybe go into client X came to us with this problem. The first 3 steps we did was blah, blah, blah. To read more about it, click below. How many people, if you lay out those first 3 steps, how many people do you think will read the entire case study?
Well, not that many. I'm guessing.
No, but if you did those first 3 steps on every single client, that they could go, oh, hang on, that's a problem similar to mine. Because in today's world, when we communicate with someone, especially the avatar or the potential client, there are 2 things that is going to hold the engagement of the client: credibility or relatability. And quite often you want to try and get both. If I say to you, hey, I've worked with, I don't know, Mr. Fraser, and it impresses you, then I've got that credibility. But if I can say, hey, have you ever had this problem? I know I have. And these are the 3 steps I took to get over that problem. Now I'm relatable. So you've either got to be credible or you've got to be relatable. And the goal is to get to both. Now, how long have you been in this business?
Like 7 years.
7 years. How many clients have you dealt with?
Oh, I don't know, like a couple dozen. No, like
couple of dozen clients. Have you got testimonials from them? Not case studies, but have you got testimonials from them saying that, you know, you're good?
A couple. Not that many, but a couple.
So why have you only got a couple? I'm guessing you didn't ask.
Well, you guessed right.
So go back to your clients, okay? Because there's nothing better marketing than those people that have already spent money with you, okay? Go back to your clients and go, hey, I'm reframing my workspace. Okay. And I want to just be able to put people up there. I'm not going to put your company up there unless you're okay with it. But is there a short sentence that you could give me that you would feel comfortable for me to put on my website regarding the experience you had in working with my company? If, and this is an important thing, if you are very busy, let me know. I'll write a few options up and you can pick which one you prefer.
All right.
All right. And then send it out there. Okay. If you've been dealing with a couple of dozen people, so you've got 24 to 30 people that you've been dealing with, you only need half a dozen, decent testimonials up there, and you've got credibility. You've got education, you've got credibility, and then start working not on what you do, but on the problem you solve.
Oh, the problem I solve. All right.
See, I don't care how good you are. I don't care how brilliant you are at what you do. I care that you are the who to my problem.
Right.
And if you can communicate that to me, I found my who, I will outsource my problem to you. You will solve it in exchange for a credit card, and we're all happy.
That's true.
So I would like you to go out to your people and get those testimonials. Okay.
Right.
And look at your website, and under the case studies, or where it says case studies, do a little intro to each case study that is a conversation in itself. We were approached by this client because they needed this. The first 3 steps we did was blah, blah, blah. To read the full case study, click below or scroll below. Okay. That will demonstrate how your mind works. People will go to a few case studies. They'll read those top 3 things you did. They won't read the whole case study, but they'll be happy it's there. And then they will reach out to you. But my question, if you look at your website, do you think it clearly, uncluttered, demonstrates what it is you do for your clients?
Well, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. It's been very confusing since we do like branding. We help with products, also design strategy. So it's was a bit confusing. So we're trying to like just chop down like everything we don't really do. To say, okay, we do like 3 things, and those things we do great, and those are the tools we actually use to do that.
Perfect.
So
And you've highlighted it perfectly. Today, most of the problems we have, and especially with clients that I coach, is that you spend a lot of time confusing your client because you know all the ins and outs. You know
right,
everything you do. You know how good you are. And here's the daft thing. You're probably very good at doing it for your clients, but not too good doing it for yourself.
oh, it's horrible to do it for yourself. It's
Oh, it absolutely is. You know, you can work out people very easily, but I actually got a team to help me with my website. You know, we actually go out and we help other people with theirs.
Mhm.
But the trouble is, when you are too close, then you don't have the best view.
No,
So
absolutely not.
it can often be a good idea. And you may want to consider that. You may want to talk to a friend or people on the outskirts. You're a member of the Speakeasy crowd, so you can
Right,
do this. Put your website in the community, or put it in the Entrepreneurs Advantage community, and go, look, I'm looking at reframing my website. Can you
right.
just have a look and tell me, is it clear what I actually do?
I like
Please
that.
give me your
Yeah,
feedback. It will help me with my expansion. And actually
yeah,
ask people that don't know you if you make
right.
sense.
Yeah, and those guys are straightforward. So,
Well, what we
well,
don't
some of them
want,
are.
yeah, what we don't want is we don't want cheerleaders, you know, and
No, I don't. I don't need that.
I'm pointing this out for anyone that's going to remark on you posting. I don't want people to go, oh, it's lovely. If you've got
Yeah,
any
that's not.
kind of one syllable response, it's good, lovely, awesome. Don't bother typing it in. I want it to be, well, this line's confused. Oh, I don't like the colors. I don't, be concise and provide critique that can benefit him. You going, oh, you're wonderful, doesn't help anybody.
Not at all. So, and yeah, that's pretty much when I do with clients. It doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, you're great. Like, no.
So you're very good at looking after your clients and pretty turd at looking after yourself.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So it's I always say it's difficult to see the bottle inside of or like read the label inside the bottle.
It absolutely
So
is. It
exactly
absolutely
that.
is. So, okay, good. I think we broke a new record. We had a breakthrough pretty early on. So, what are the steps that you're going to do?
Well, I'm definitely gonna do reframing my website and talk with a bunch of speakeasy people. Like post it there, see
Yep.
if there's confusing for them and how confusing is it, or how good is it. Then I do some testimonials as well, like ask for more testimonials, like some really crucial testimonials. Work on the case studies. That's something that's super interesting. And to reframe and to say, okay, 3 problems and how I helped them, or like 3 steps how I solve those problems. That's something that I have.
Go for the 3 steps towards solving that problem, because 3 steps will very rarely solve the entire problem. These are the first 3 things we did. Just give them the first 3. Okay. And then tell them to scroll down. I would suggest you do that with your website now or before you post it in the Speakeasy page, because you
Absolutely.
don't want people giving you a review on something you already know is shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So do it up
I do.
yourself. When you post it in there, say to them, hey, Steve said it was okay for me to post it in there so people don't think that you're just doing shallow promotion. And then I
Yeah,
can get in there and comment there as well.
that would be great.
Did this help?
That helps. And then I try to get myself out of there, like being not as introvert, let's say.
Well, again, being an introvert's not a problem, but you want to focus not on you, but on the person's problem. I know some real introverts. I'm on about people that are almost scared to go out the door, but they focused on the client's problem that they are the solution to. You haven't got to be Gary V. You haven't got to be me. You haven't got to be all over the place. And I'm very introverted, But when I have to do these things, I have to get myself prepared, and I get out there, and I will often get nervous before I do these kind of things because it's just not really what I want to do and my kind of
All right.
personality. But it helps when you first recognize what you're good at and what you're not so good at, so you can work at whether you outsource the bad stuff or you just temporarily fix it.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
All
really
right.
good.
Well, I'm glad we had you on. I appreciate you being part of the Sims Distillery. I appreciate you being part of the Speakeasy community. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope this helped.
It helped a lot. Thanks a lot,
Look after
Steve.
yourself.
Bye.
Hey, this is Steve Sims, and I hope you liked that episode of Being Coached by Steve Sims. Subscribe over here. Watch some other cool videos over here. Or for your chance to be coached by me for the YouTube series, join here at simsdistillery.com.